Kofi stood frozen. The midnight market stretched farther than his eyes could see. Rows of stalls lined paths made of black mist. Lanterns floated in the air without ropes. Their flames burned blue instead of orange. Strange customers wandered between the stalls. Some looked human. Others did not. A woman with no shadow examined jars filled with laughter. A man with glowing eyes carried a sack that seemed to whisper secrets. An old trader sold bottles containing stolen youth. Each bottle held a tiny golden light. The light moved like a trapped firefly. Kofi remembered the warning in his grandfather's journal. Never stare too long at what is sold there. Everything has a price, and the market loves curious souls. He lowered his eyes and continued walking. Then he heard a voice behind him. Looking for something, grandson? Kofi turned. The tall merchant stood there. He was impossibly thin. His dark robe seemed woven from smoke itself. His face changed every few seconds. One moment he looked young, the next moment old, then male, then female, then neither. Only his glowing silver eyes remained the same. Kofi instantly knew who he was, the master of the midnight market, the trickster merchant. The merchant smiled, a smile that seemed far too wide. So, you've come for the voice. Kofi tightened his grip on the journal. Yes, the merchant chuckled. Everyone comes wanting something. Power, wealth, beauty, revenge. But very few come to repay old debts. He snapped his fingers. A black ledger appeared in the air. The pages flipped on their own. Finally they stopped. The merchant pointed. There. Kofi looked. Written in faded ink was his grandfather's name. Beside it were the words, voice of the house of Kofi. Status, forfeited. Owner, midnight market. His chest tightened. Generations of shame, generations of failure, all reduced to a few cruel words. I want it back. The merchant's smile widened. Of course you do, but things lost here are not bought back. They are won. The lanterns around them flickered. The entire marketplace became silent. Even the wind stopped moving. The trickster merchant raised a long finger. 3 riddles, 3 chances. Win, and the voice returns to your family. Lose, his silver eyes gleamed. And I keep your reflection. Kofi frowned. My reflection. The merchant pointed toward a nearby mirror. Kofi gasped. The mirror showed nothing. No image. No face. No body. Only empty darkness. The merchant laughed softly. Those who lose their reflection slowly forget who they are. Their memories fade. Their names disappear. Eventually, they become shadows. And shadows make excellent customers. Kofi felt fear crawl through his chest, but he nodded. I accept. The market erupted in cheers. Strange beings gathered from every direction. The game had begun. The first temptation. Before the first riddle could start, a beautiful woman approached Kofi. She carried a golden tray. On it sat a crown made of pure gold. Why struggle? She whispered. Take this. Become the richest man in the kingdom. Forget the voice. Another merchant appeared. He held a crystal necklace. Wear this, and every person you love will love you forever. Then another, and another, and another. Soon dozens surrounded him. One offered endless wealth. Another offered power over kings. Another promised that no sickness would ever touch him. Every dream he had ever imagined was suddenly within reach. The market knew exactly what he desired, and it used those desires as weapons. The journal suddenly slipped from his pocket. It opened by itself. One sentence glowed on the page. The market cannot steal what you refuse to desire. Kofi closed his eyes. His family's suffering flashed before him. His grandmother's tears, his father's failures, the shame they carried every day. Then he looked at the merchants. No. The crowd gasped. The merchants hissed and disappeared into the darkness. The trickster merchant smiled. Interesting. Most people fail before the game even begins. The first riddle. The merchant raised his hands. The market became silent once more. Then he spoke. I am born when spoken. I die when named. What am I? The crowd murmured. Kofi's mind raced. Born when spoken, dies when named. What could that mean? Seconds felt like hours. The moon climbed higher. Time was running out. Then suddenly Kofi remembered something his grandmother once taught him. He smiled. I know the answer. The merchant leaned forward. Then speak. Kofi took a deep breath and opened his mouth. The entire market waits in silence as Kofi reveals his answer to the first riddle. Will he win the first challenge or lose his reflection forever? Meanwhile, somewhere deep inside the market, an ancient cage begins to glow. Inside it, something called the voice is waking up. TOB continued in part 3. Do you know the answer to the riddle? I am born when spoken, but die when named. What am I? Comment your answer below before part 3, and don't forget to subscribe for the next chapter of the Midnight Market, Shadow Bargains and Soul Debts.